Hi, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Friday Morning Yoga. If you guys didn't grab your props already, which I think I saw most of you grab them, I'm just going to say it one last time, grab whatever support you think you're going to need or want, even if that's bringing a chair a little closer to you. So if that helps you with folding forward or touching the ground, just know that you have lots of options there. When you're ready, let's just all find ourselves in a most comfortable seated position to begin. You can be sitting on a cushion. You could place support beneath the knees. You can even be sitting up against a wall. And once you're there, just take a moment and close the eyes. The moment the eyes close, give yourself that space to just welcome yourself to the now, to this very moment. And as you slowly begin to welcome yourself here, do so by noticing all of the sounds in your surroundings, both inside and outside of your home or your building. And as you notice all of the sounds that are around you, begin to bring that awareness closer in now. So you begin to notice the body, notice where you're seated. Take a moment and observe the point of contact between your body and the ground that's beneath you. And then as you scan upwards through the body, relax the ankles and the toes, the inner thigh. Relax the glutes as the spine grows long so you feel the tailbone rooting down towards the earth. Core engages, chest is open, hands relax, arms and shoulders are softened. Good. Feel the shoulder blades come together behind you so the chest is open, countering all that slouching we've grown so accustomed to being in. Soften the jaw and drop the tongue down to the bottom of the mouth. Your cheeks are relaxed, your nostrils are soft, the ears and the eyes soft. Between the brow and the forehead, soft. And then take awareness to the very top of the head, the crown of the head. And just notice the crown of the head and all of the space that surrounds the crown. And as you've checked into the body and you feel everything soften, take awareness to your breath and begin to allow it to deepen now. And say a simple mantra to yourself in simple language as you connect to the breath. Simply go, I am breathing in. I am breathing out. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. And follow this for a few steady rounds of breath as you begin to take control of your breath. Beautiful. Together, take a deep breath in. Let's sigh it out. Excellent. Deep breath in. Let the arms reach out and up. Bend your elbows so that you're touching each opposite elbow with your hand. Relax the shoulders down so we're not scrunched up by the ears, and soften the jaw again. Good. Be sure that the spine is long here as you begin to engage the core. Steady inhale, and exhale, twist over to the right. It's a very subtle, gentle twist. Breathe into center. Exhale, subtle twist over to the left. Breathing into center. Exhale to the right. Breathing into center. Exhale to the left. We're going to continue this movement here, and you're going to begin to slowly speed up the breath. Breathing in, exhale. Breathing in, exhale. So this is a very energizing breath, this movement. Try to feel fluid with it and a little less choppy. And continue at your pace. Final two, both sides. Inhale, center, arms reach up. As you exhale, fold forward. Bring that chest down to the ground. Bring those handprints out in front of you, fingertips or palms to the ground. Relax the head and the neck completely. You may choose to gently sway side to side if that's something that the body or the hips are craving. And return to that subtle, I am breathing in. I am breathing out. If you took the swaying motion, bring the body back to stillness. Together, let's all begin to round our spine, roll it up one vertebra at a time. Arms reach out and up, let the palms touch above you now. Engage that core. Switch the cross of your legs. If you need to manually adjust your legs with your hands, that's okay. Good. Once you've crossed your legs, release that right hand down towards the ground and tilt over in that direction. Shoulders and jaw soft. Beautiful deep breath in and out. Begin to take that right hand, reach it forward. Inhale, exhale, grace the earth with those fingertips as the arm reaches up and forward again. And continue that movement with circle. Breathing in, reaching up and forward. Exhale, reaching down and back. Good. And as you create this movement, do it in such a way that you're following the movement of the arm with the breath and not the other way around. Good. For these final three breaths, can we slow it down even more? Begin to elongate the lungs and the breath. Begin to slow down that always need to be quick and fast. Final full breath with this movement. See if you can go even slower. Beautiful. Arm reaches forward. Now take those circles into the opposite direction. We won't do as many, just a few. Good. Final three in this direction. Begin to slow it down. For that final one, can you move even slower? So we're beginning to build that relationship of awareness of breath and our movement. Excellent. Come back to extending that arm past the ear. So we're tilting to the right. Beautiful. Straighten up that right arm if you have the elbow bent, if you're tilting as far as you possibly can. So straighten up that right arm as you press firmly into the right palm here, pressing the ground away. Engage your core, staying with the side body stretch. We're going to create a subtle little twist movement here again. As we exhale, bring the torso towards the ground, just turning it towards the ground, not lowering it. And then inhale, we open it up again. So it's a little bit of like a coiling or a corkscrew movement here. Breathing in, we lift the chest. Exhale, chest towards the earth. Breathing in, we lift. Exhale, subtle twist. Let's do three more. And as you stay aware of the breath, I invite you to become aware of the sensations that you're feeling. Try to remain or refrain, I should say, from reacting and just observe. Beautiful. Come to stillness. One breath in and rise up all the way. Both arms reach up. Excellent. Exhale, circle the arms down. Just take a moment here, both fingertips to the ground. Roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And observe how the left arm feels compared to the right. Beautiful. One more full circle with those shoulders. Bring them to softness. And let's take one circle with the head and the neck in one direction. And then in the opposite. Coming back to center. Breathe in, arms reach up. Exhale, release the left hand down to the ground now and tilt in that direction. Shoulders are soft. Both sit bones are even on the ground. Feel your breath. Excellent. Now reaching that right hand forward and down, and then back and up. Begin to take those circles with the right arm and shoulder here. Being very mindful if you're someone who has issues with shoulders. Maybe you need to not go full range of motion. Maybe you need to bend the elbow a little bit and tweak your movement. So just be aware. Excellent. Catch yourself if you began to rush. Notice if you forgot about following the breath and if you shifted into autopilot. That's okay. We all do it. Just come back to the now. Good. Final 3 breaths. Let's slow it down. Notice what it feels like to have full range of breath. Breathe in all the way slowly. Exhale, final circle. Can you slow it down even more? Excellent. Take those circles now and begin to shift into the opposite direction. Notice, right, as we first started, something so seemingly simple. And then you keep going and the arm and the shoulder awaken. The muscles begin to speak, warmth arises. Observe this. The breath is steady. Final 3 rounds in this direction, just like before, slow it down. So the lungs move just like muscles as we strengthen them by playing with the breath. As you take that final circle with breath, go even slower. Beautifully done. Bring that arm back to tilt past the ear. If you have a bend in that left elbow, go ahead and straighten that arm. Engage the arm, press through that palm. Good. We're going to take that little corkscrew movement here again. Shoulders relax. Breathe in. Exhale. Turn the chest towards the ground. Breathe in. Open it up. Exhale. Breathing in. Breathing out. So we're really awakening the obliques, the muscles through the low back. Breathing in and out. Final round. And out. Inhale, come back to center. Both arms reach up. Excellent. Exhale, release the fingertips to the ground. Chest is open here. Once again, draw circles with the shoulders. Up, back and down. Really exaggerate that movement. So it's like a self-massage. And notice if you're able to continue with the breath. As you come to stillness, once again, take circles with the head and the neck in one direction. Don't rush it. Don't exaggerate it. And then into the opposite direction. Just ensure that as we created movement with the arms and shoulders, we did not create tension throughout the neck. That wouldn't serve us any real purpose. Excellent. Come back to center. Deep breath in. Take those hands and interlace them together behind you. Begin to press the arms away from the body as we lift the chest. This is a great place to have a strap or a belt or scarf if you can't reach your hands. Feel that chest lifting up, lean back a little bit so the knuckles touch the ground. So we create an itty-bitty back bend here, pressing the chest forward. And then as we exhale, use that core strength And bring the chest down towards the ground once again as you press the arms away from the body. If you're hovering and you only go down halfway, guess what? That's still perfect, okay? If you are able to make it down towards the ground, release the forehead to the earth. Find your breath again and release any critique or self-judgment you may hold onto yourself that doesn't serve you in any way. Just feel where you are. Be at peace with it. Feel everything soften with these final 2 breaths so you can really create the stretch and the release of the muscles that the body craves. Slowly, with that strength of core and back, rise up again. Release those hands. Bring those hands down to your sides. Release the feet out in front of you, okay? Our feet are a little bit wider than our hips, and our palms are nice and flat. Fingertips are forward. Chest is open, shoulder blades together. Steady breath in. As you exhale, drop the knees down to the right. Breathe in, we come to center. Exhale, drop the knees to the left. And continue these seated windshield wipers at your pace. So again, feeling everything awaken, feeling everything release. Excellent. The next time you drop both knees down towards the right, stay there. Press into that right palm and reach that left hand straight back behind you. Once again, inviting a twist. As you create this twist, ensure that you're actively reaching the tailbone down towards the heels. So there's length through the lumbar spine and not compression. Breath is steady. You may choose to press firmly into the right palm and lift your hips off the ground if that's something that's safe and available. You invite the twist and combine it with an itty bitty back bend and psoas stretch here. Final breath. If you lifted your hips, go ahead and release them down. Let's all slowly come back to center. Bring the knees over to the left. Extend that right arm behind you. Find that twist here. Length of spine, openness of chest. Steadiness of breath. If you wanted to take it a step further, press into that left palm. Lift your hips up off the ground. Feel the chest and the hips reaching up as you reach back with that right hand. Feel expansive here. Always allow a sense of freedom through your movements. It's such a gift to be able to move our bodies. Exhale, release that down. Let's all come back to center. Beautiful. Cross those ankles and come forward to your tabletop position. So we're coming onto the hands and knees. Shoulders above the wrists, hips above the knees. Hands are shoulder width apart, knees are hip width apart. Once you're here, engage those inner legs. Remember, you have an imaginary block in between your thighs. Let's come into what we call our cat-cows. Breathe in, soften the belly, lift the chest and the gaze. As you exhale, leave that movement with the tailbone, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhaling, leading with the tailbone, soften the belly, lift up through the gaze. Exhale, round. Take this 3 to 5 more rounds with your breath at your pace. Slowing it down. But I invite you to truly undo all that tightness that we wake up with. Find and feel full range of your spine. Imagine yourself breathing in between each vertebra. Final full round if you haven't already taken it. Excellent. Coming back to center. Slow and steady. We're going to take the right foot, step it straight back. Good. Keep it straight. Teeter-totter forward and back. Stay with the breath here. Awaken the ankles, the toes, the calf. Good. And release the right knee down. Take it right over to the left. Left leg straightens out. And teeter-totter. Feel the breath. And release that down. Straighten the right leg out in front again. Engage that core center. Chest reaches forward. And then take that left leg to meet in your high plank. Good. In this high plank, let's teeter-totter forward and back now. Pulling that core up and in towards the spine. And then come to stillness and see if we can draw itty-bitty circles in this high plank here, moving the ankles, feeling the stability kick in. So we're really awakening those deeper transverse abdominis muscles here, the stabilizing abdominal muscles. Take those itty-bitty circles into the opposite direction. It's kind of more like itty-bitty squares, but rounded squares. Good. Observe how things begin to awaken. Take one more breath. I know the arms get tired. Good. Come to stillness, one full breath in plank. As you exhale, take your hips, reach them up towards the sky. Press the chest back towards your thighs so we begin to find that downward facing dog. Excellent. Palms are nice and flat, arms alive. Take a moment and make sure your feet are hip width apart. And if you can see your heels, either kick them in or out so that they are out of view. Feel your breath here. Slowly take your hands, walk them back towards your feet to the back of your mat. Interlace your hands together behind you, just like we did when we were seated. Press the arms away from the body. Shake the head yes. Shake the head no. One more time, shake it yes. Gravity is your friend. And shake it no on your next exhale. Slowly release, floating the arms down. Walk those hands back out to the front of your mat into that downward facing dog once again. Excellent. Chest presses back. Breathe in, gaze forward between the hands, and listen closely here. We're going to take our feet now, slowly, one baby footprint at a time, step them forward. But I want you to pause with every foot forward so that you can take a full breath and feel a strong calf stretch. So breathe in one little footprint forward with the right foot. And then breathe in, step the left foot forward, keep pressing the chest back. It might not come easily, that's okay. And then again, the right foot forward, feel that strong calf stretch as you begin to fold forward into the body. Then the left foot, then the right foot. And then both feet meet together at the front of your mat and find that full forward fold. Once you're here, belly pulls in, hands to your shins or thighs. Breathe in, let's lift up halfway. Good, nice half back, chest reaches forward. Everything alive like you were in your high plank. One full extra breath here. Exhale, fold forward. Begin to bend your knees, sink your hips, reach those arms up to that chair pose. Utkatasana. Feet hip width apart, all 10 toes point forward. Make sure you see your toes. Good. 2 more steady breaths. And then inhale, straighten up all the way, reach up towards the beautiful rainy sky. And exhaling, hands come down to heart center, what we call Samasthiti. One full inhale. One full exhale. Beautifully done. At the front of your mat, I'm going to ask you to step your feet just a little bit wider than the hips now. We're going to bring the arms up above us. Bend your elbows just like we did when we first started, okay? I'm bending my knees here just so you can see in case I'm cut off. So reach for those elbows here. Put a baby bend in your knees just so there's like a little spring in your step here. Good. Relax your shoulders, breathe in. As you exhale, we're going to come down the right side of the body and then fold forward completely. Inhale, slowly coming up the left side of the body. I call this our revolving Tadasana, revolving mountain. Move with your breath. And I definitely ask you to be steady, right? We're not looking to make ourselves dizzy or nauseous. So be very gentle with your movement. Good. Let yourself really exaggerate the opening and stretch of the sides of the body and the back of the body. Yeah, you guys rock. One more on this side. Breathe in, rise up, switch the cross of the arms, and then exhale down the right side, or forgive me, exhale down the left side, and then inhale up the right side, opposite direction. Final 2 full rounds. Slowing it down, once again, just really feeling that opening through the sides of the body, the back of the body, maybe even the shoulders. When you're complete, rise up, arms reach upwards, step those feet back together, and then exhale, open the arms wide as you lead with the chest and fold forward. Breathe in, we will lift up halfway, once again, nice flat back. Exhale, palms to the ground, step it back to that high plank, shoulders above the wrist, chest reaches forward. Good. Deep breath in, knees up or down. It's up to you and where your practice is. Let's exhale, lower the entire body down onto the ground. Untuck those toes. Palms stay beneath the shoulders. Let's inhale, lift the chest off the ground. Keep the low ribs down. Shoulders relax. Gaze is forward. Let's find ourselves here in our low cobra. Feel that breath. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Begin engaging the legs and the glutes. Feel your inner thighs spinning upwards. Slowly now take those legs and lift them off the ground, and maybe your palms hover above the ground as well. Core is strong, breath is steady. One more full breath. Slowly lower down, make a pillow with the hands. Bend your knees so the soles of the feet reach up, and windshield wiper side to side with those legs if it feels right. Stay steady with breath, so even in transition, the presence remains. We don't check out. And if we do, we just bring ourselves back without shame, without guilt. And releasing those legs back down. Good. We're going to take those arms and straighten them out in front of us now. Palms face one another. Re-engage those legs so you feel those inner thighs spinning upwards again. Glutes strong, core strong. Inhale. As we exhale, lift the arms, the chest, and the legs off the ground. Face and chin are parallel to the earth. We breathe steady. Hopefully no one had a very large breakfast just yet. Take one more breath, see if there's space to lift just a little higher. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Plant the palms beneath the shoulders. Breathe in, press it up onto your hands and knees. And then slowly, and I mean it very slowly, take it back to that child's pose, releasing your hips to the heels, releasing your chest to the ground. Arms reach out in front of us. Let's find 3 steady breaths here. Beautifully done. Press firm into your palms, activate the arms, tuck your toes, breathe in, and exhale, hips reach up again, downward facing dog. Take that right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Bend the knee very slightly, fan the hip open just a little bit. Take a circle in one direction, and then in the opposite. As you level off your hips, engage your core, and step the right foot forward in between the hands. Beautiful. Once you're here, again, utilize any props beneath your hands if you're like super rounded and reaching for the ground, right? We want length in our spine. Chest reaches forward. Take a moment and pause here. Feel the strength of the back leg. You'll be opening through that psoas here. And then release the left knee down and untuck those toes. Excellent. Breathe in. Arms are going to swoop forward, up, And then as you lift the chest, bend the elbows 90 degrees, lifting the chest a little extra. And then exhale, scoop the arms down, forward and up. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows with the chest, scoop the arms back down. Continue this movement here, breathing in. And observe your stability, right? Maybe we wobble, we fall in and out here and there. Try to focus solely on the breath. That'll really help. One more time. And pause here with the elbows bent, lifting the chest. Excellent. Take that right hand to the right hip now. Straighten the left arm up and tilt to the right. Slowly come back to center, both arms reach up. Exhale, release the hands down. Slide the hands beneath the shoulders as we begin to straighten that right leg. Hips are nice and level, pointing the right toes up towards the sky. Once you're here, chest is lifted, breathe in. And then exhale, fold over that front leg. Say good morning to those hamstrings. Good morning to the calf muscle. One more breath in. And then back into that front knee. Hands come forward to frame the foot. Tuck the back toes, lift that back knee once again. Good. Reaching forward with the chest. So we're in that high runner's lunge. Press firmly down into the left palm. Shoulder above the wrist here. Hand is in line with the arch of that front foot. So this is our foundation. Once we're there, inhale. Exhale, extend that right arm up towards the sky, finding a twist. Be sure your right hip is slightly pressing back. Right knee gently hugs inward. And we breathe. Two more breaths. Excellent. Exhale, release that hand down. Straighten that front leg. Take your back foot, step it up about a footprint and a half. Enough for the heel to come down to the ground as you slightly point the left toes outwards to the left. It's very subtle. It's less than 45 degrees. Lifting our chest up halfway. Check in with your hips again, your subtle foundation. Right hip presses back gently so our sacrum is level. Once we're here, and remember, put blocks, pillows, something beneath those hands if it's a little too much, or just bring your hands to that front shin, okay? Reaching that chest forward. Feel that breath. And when you're ready, if it's available, see if you can fold forward over that front leg. Your hands can come to the ankle. Your hands can stay at the thigh if that's what's available for you. Feel the breath. One more breath. Lifting up halfway, mind your stability, everything's alive. Bend into that front knee. Reach the arms forward and up as we rise into a warrior one. So you're going to feel that effect in the front leg for sure as you rise up, right? Arms reach up. Notice again, right hip presses back so our hips are as squared forward as the body allows. We don't force anything. They can be a little open if that's our limit, right? Steady breath in and out. Steady breath in and out. And I'm going to invite you here for 3 more present breaths. And that third exhale, bring those hands straight down to the ground. Step that right foot back to your high plank. Reposition the body so that we enter into that plank. Good. We're going to take a full vinyasa here. If you already know how to do your vinyasa, go ahead and enter. Otherwise, knees up or down, so follow along. Let's slowly lower the chest towards the ground. Breathe in. If you're newer to this, begin with a cobra, just like we played with earlier, lifting the chest off the ground. Exhale, lower down, press it up and back to your downward facing dog. Good. Awesome. Once we're all back to that downward facing dog, pausing here for a moment, breathing in and out, taking your time. And let's extend that left leg up towards the sky. Bend the knee, stand that hip open. Draw a circle in one direction. And then in the opposite direction. Leveling off those hips, go ahead and step that left foot forward in between the hands, just like we did on the opposite side. Remember to manually assist the foot forward at any moment if that's where you are. Good. Chest reaches forward. Maybe we have any support, pillows, blankets beneath those hands. We find that breath. And then slowly we lower the back knee down. We release those toes. Excellent. Reach those arms forward in front. Inhale. Remember that little movement we did on the opposite side? Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest. Scoop the arms down and forward again. Inhale, we rise. Exhale, bend the elbows, lift the chest, scooping the arms down and up. Exhale. One more. Exhale, pause here. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring that left hand to the left hip. Reach that right arm up and tilt over to the left. Shoulders and jaw are soft. Slowly breathe in, rise up. Release those hands down to the ground. Beautiful. Slide your hands beneath your shoulders as you straighten that left leg. Remember, again, any support beneath your hands here is awesome. Left toes point up. Good. Once we're here, chest reaches forward. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Feel into that breath again. Allow yourself to feel into the body. So often we run away or ignore or downplay sensations, whether they're positive or negative, right? Welcome that in. It's a gift to feel things. And it's okay to feel things. It means you're present, you're aware. One more breath. Excellent. Bend back into that knee. Slide your palms once again to frame that foot. Tuck the back toes. Lift that back knee. Chest reaches forward here. When you're ready, press firmly down into that right palm. Remember your foundation. Shoulder in line with the wrist. Hand in line with the arch of that left foot. Exhale. Find that twist. Left arm reaches up. Beautiful. Left hip slightly presses back. Left knee hugs inwards gently. Find that breath. Notice what it's like to be breathing in a twist. Notice what it's like to be hugging the torso in towards the inner thigh of the left leg. Feel those sensations. Good. And then slowly let that go. Release that out. We're going to straighten that front leg, just like we played with the opposite side. That right foot steps up about a footprint and a half. So the heel is to the ground, the right toes point out just a little bit. Lifting through the chest. Remember, if we can't comfortably reach the ground, just go ahead and reach for that front leg. It's all good, my friends. Left hip presses back slightly. Sacrum is nice and level. Core is strong. Lift through your chest as you inhale. Exhale as much as the body allows. Fold forward over that leg. Maybe hands are to the ground. Maybe you reach the ankle, the shins, even the quad if that's available and comfortable for you. So always meet yourself where you're at. When you're ready, lifting the chest up halfway, begin to bend into that front knee, arms reach forward and up as we rise into that warrior one. Good morning, front leg. Take a moment, check back in with those hips. So always observe your foundation. Everything builds off the foundation, right? Like in math, like in architecture, everything. Arms reach up. Find that steadiness of your posture, that steadiness of the mind here. 3 full breaths. As you exhale, release those hands down to the ground, step it back, high plank. Let's bring ourselves into that vinyasa movement once again. Follow at your pace if you're already into it. Otherwise, knees up or down, elbows hug in. Lower the body towards the earth. And then lower all the way down, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift up into that low cobra. As you exhale, lower the chest back down, press it up and back to downward facing dog. Good. Beautifully done. Deep breaths in and out. One more time. And out. Excellent. Body shifts forward, high plank. Take your right foot, step it forward between the hands. Manually adjust again, always. Take your right hand to the inside of the right foot, and we're gonna tiptoe the right foot to the outer edge of our mat. I'm gonna angle myself here differently just so you guys can get a better visual. So we walk the right foot out to the outer edge of the mat. Right toes point out a little bit. Right knee opens a little bit, okay? Awesome, this is our lizard pose. Chest reaches forward here. So we feel a good opening in the inner hips, inner legs, I mean. And then release that back knee down after you had a few breaths to strengthen. Good. If you're here and you're like, Shani, this is so simple, I feel so open, see what happens if you lower down onto the forearms. That'll take it a little bit deeper. If you find that you're super rounding in the spine, that you're scrunching in the shoulders or sinking into the shoulders, you've gone too far. You corrupted the foundation, right? And that's okay. So we press back up into our palms and we reconnect again where the breath can be steady, where the body is safe. Find that stillness. Good. You can choose to stay right here. If your body can do more, pressing into the left palm, bend that left knee, take the right hand to the right thigh. This could be plenty of sensation already depending on where our bodies are. If you can go further, reaching that right arm up and back. Can we reach for that left foot, the pant leg, a strap that we wrapped around the foot, anything of the like, and hug it in slightly so you get a good quad stretch here. As well as a little twist, but keep the chest open. We don't want to be caved in as we try to do this. One more breath. And release that out. Beautiful, coming back to center here. Bring your right foot, walk it over towards the left wrist and hand. As you walk the right foot over to the left wrist and hand, release the right knee down towards the right wrist. So we come into our pigeon here. As we come into the pigeon, take your hips and lower them down towards the ground. At any moment, put a pillow or multiple pillows beneath the sit bones, beneath your hips here. I just want to give the reminder, if this is not comfortable for the back, the hips, the knees, come out immediately. You can get the same effect by doing a seated figure 4, okay? Crossing that right leg over the left. Ankles active, knee presses away. So play with the body and see what truly feels comfortable. Make sure your hips are level to the ground. Our tendency will be to be down on one side and leave another hip wide open. This is really not going to be good for your low back or your hip joints after a while. Try to stay level. Chest reaches up. Find your breath. And if it's available, if the body allows, maybe you can take a little movement forward and bring the chest towards the ground. Maybe you go all the way down. Maybe you grab a pillow and put it beneath the torso because you want to be cozy. My personal favorite. And as long as your body is safe, let's find at least 5 full breaths here. Come out at any moment before so if your hips or knees are asking you to. And when you feel ready, press up into those palms. Good. Lifting your hips, tuck those left toes, lift the left knee, extend that right leg up towards the sky. Deep breath in. Option here to lower onto the left forearm, bend the right knee, stand that hip open here. If you've practiced with me for quite some time now and you recognize what I mean when I say you can come into a wild thing, go ahead and enter into that now. Otherwise, stay right here. One more breath if we're here. And let's press back up and come back to downward facing dog. Those of us in wild thing can join back after another breath or two. Take your time. And when we're ready, we'll shift forward to that high plank and step the left foot forward. As that left foot comes forward, we'll walk it to the outer left edge of our mat. Left toes point out slightly. Let me re-angle myself once again. I need a revolving floor, you know? Wouldn't that be cool? Maybe I could put a car on it. No, anyway, so point the toes outward slightly, both hands inside that leg. Chest is open. Take a moment and observe this lizard. And then take that back knee and lower it down. Good, untuck those toes. Once you're there, pausing, shoulders relax, feel that breath. You can choose to lower down onto the forearms, again, if your foundation isn't compromised during that. Finding our breath, taking our time. Notice that we're not sinking in our shoulders, so keep pressing the ground away here. And if it's available, if you can go a little bit further here, press into that right palm, bring the left hand to that left thigh as we lift that right foot off the ground. I'm going to re-angle once again. Good, this could be plenty. Or reach up and back with that left hand, grab a hold of that right foot, pant leg, strap or belt, whatever you got, and hug that foot in. Quad stretch, baby twist. Excellent, you guys look great. Feel that breath once again. Final breath. Try not to sink into the right shoulder. Release that foot, unravel that twist, come back to your lizard. Excellent. Take your left foot now, tiptoe it over to your right hand, and then release the left knee down towards that left wrist. Good. Gently walk that right knee back behind you as we release our hips down towards the ground. Again, be as level as you possibly can, as you safely can. Good. And we're not symmetrical beings. It's a beautiful thing to remember. We weren't meant to be perfect, right? If this isn't safe, remember, come out immediately. Find your figure 4. One side will always be gently different than the other, so honor that. Once you're here, once you feel you've reconnected with your breath, you can stay, or you can take your chest and lower it down towards the ground, whether it's centimeter, whether it's all the way down, entirely up to you. Deep, steady breath. Final breath. When you're ready, pressing up into those palms, tucking the back toes, lifting that back knee. Use the strength of your core and your pelvic floor to take that left leg and reach it up towards the sky. Bend the knee, fan the hip open. If it's safe, drop down to the right forearm this time. Good. If wild thing is in your practice, you can press up into the right hand and enter into your wild thing here. And we'll all take a few breaths. Maybe take a circle with the hip in one direction if you're not in wild thing. And then in the opposite. Good. And let's press back up into the hands. Release that foot down. Let's all bring our knees down to the ground. Cross our ankles behind us and sit back. Just sit back. Keep it simple. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Once you're here, soles of the feet to the ground, coming out in front of us. Make sure nothing funny is behind you, so prepare yourself for coming down onto the back. Lifting through the chest, leaning back as we lift the feet up off the ground, our boat pose, Namaste. If you know your core's got it, go ahead and release your hands. Give yourself a little extra challenge if that's what you want, that extra spice. Slow and steady, begin to lean back. Slow and steady, begin to lower down onto the back. Keep the core pulled in. The moment the spine rounds, let it go. Don't let the ego win. Listen to the body. And then hug those knees in towards the chest and rock side to side or draw baby circles with the knees so you get a really nice massage in the low back. Excellent. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Coming to stillness, releasing both knees to the left. A subtle twist here. Good. Slowly come back to center. Gently release both knees down to the right. A subtle twist here. Slowly coming back to center. I'll give it to you easy. You have two options. Option one, release the legs, come straight out into your Savasana. Option two, for your final dose of spice, if that's what you're craving, reach those legs up towards the sky, shoulder blades together, engage that core. Slow and steady with the arms down by the sides. Lower your legs down onto the ground. So you do that final little bit of core work. Squeezing the legs together. Feel the core strong. And then when the legs arrive to the ground, widen the stance of the legs and feet just a hair wider than the hips. No need to overdo it. Toes and ankles will open and outward. Reach your tailbone to the heels. Shoulder blades together. And then let the arms rest down by the sides with the palms facing up, receiving energy mudra. Take a moment here if you need anything for the body, if you need anything to cover the face, any support beneath the head, the neck, the knees, do that now. Good. And as you slowly settle down, lying in absolute stillness, take a deep breath in and sigh it out. A deep breath in. Hold your inhale. Deep breath out. Hold your exhale. Deep breath in. Hold your inhale. Deep breath out. Hold your exhale. Final round, deep breath in. Hold. Deep breath out. Hold. And release all control of your breathing. Release all control of your body. Allow yourself to soften fully, to release onto the ground. Let the mind settle, undoing any activation, any holding on. And then just allow the stillness and the silence to guide you inward. Journey deep within to that space beyond time and skin and mind. To the true self, where your light lies. Begin slowly to deepen your breath again. Bringing the awareness back to the space. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, whether you're lying or sitting, doesn't matter. Wiggle the wrists and the ankles, and the head from side to side. Reach the arms up past the head, stretching that body long. Hug the knees in towards the chest, reawaken the spine wherever you are. Good. Those of us on our backs slowly come down to one side of the body, just a gentle fetal position. And then slowly rise back up to seated when you're there. Okay. Once we're all in seated together, let the eyes remain closed and just take a subtle moment here and check in with yourself. Notice where you are, how you are, what you feel, and how you feel. Remember, at any moment through the day, return to that mantra when the mind has escaped us, right? I am breathing in. I am breathing out. The simplest way to return to presence. Let's bring our palms together. Anjali Mudra, hands of prayer. We'll reach them upwards towards the third eye center, reminding us to always have clear and loving thoughts. Hands of prayer to heart center, reminding us to have clear and honest intentions. And hands of prayer to the mouth, reminding us to always have loving and honest words and communications with everyone we encounter, and especially our own self. If it resonates, my friends, let's complete with 3 deep collective ohms, the sound of the universe and all of existence. Otherwise, just receive the sound. Breathe in. May all beings everywhere be happy, free, and free from suffering. And may our practice benefit not only ourselves, but be for the greater good always. Thank you so much, my friends. It was so good to see each and every one of you. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.